Okay, so somehow the stream dropped when I was playing.
Please meet me as soon as possible. I received an interesting owl from Joanna Bickel about Harlow.
And it dropped both in YouTube and Twitch. So let's what's happening. Okay, so Twitch stream is on, but how about YouTube stream? Alright, both are on. So basically, the thing is that when I actually threw in doing three things with the graphics card, and it's 3080, so it shouldn't be like bad at anyway. So I'm using the camera, which is actually that's an NVIDIA program, removes the background. That's a bit heavy. It's still on beta. It's AI. Second thing is recording this broadcast, and third is to stream it outwards. And with the outwards streaming, the bandwidth has been like bandwidth should be okay, but once a while Twitch is saying this is an unstable stream. And YouTube is not really saying anything, but it's going to drop. If the Twitch is dropping, then YouTube is probably dropping as well. Not as likely. I think YouTube is just better in accepting the streaming information. So multi-streaming isn't. I'm not too thrilled about this. I mean, this would be totally okay if it's just one service I'm streaming, but two services. This is kind of Streamlabs desktop feature that you can actually stream toward two services or more, but I really don't feel like this is well made or well programmed rather. So let's see which part of the broadcast was cut off. Eight minutes ago, and it wasn't during the battle. It was when I was actually brewing the potions or taking the plants. The stream decided to drop then in a YouTube, which is quite interesting. I mean, I don't see that as being a particularly heavy use of the graphics card or bandwidth. And with the tweets, let's see if it was dropping at the same time. Of course, there's always this thing that I can't know what other people are doing in this same network. Let's see, Twitch broadcast. Okay, I was looting. And then I was picking up those plants. So it seems like it's not even heavy. It might not be GPU, but it might be on the network connection or something. Because it's not like I've been trying to troubleshoot it, but otherwise it shows okay. So when it is only that becomes acute in a multi-streaming situation, when I'm actually streaming towards the two sources. With the Facebook on as a third, it was doable, but it was worse. So now this doesn't drop as many times as with Facebook, but still, I am not thrilled about this Streamlabs desktop automatic feature of multi-streaming, because now I've been doing it long time, and this is always being a problem. But yeah, so let's stop ranting and continue gaming, because that's why we are here.
Victor Rookwood is dead. He confronted me as I left Ollivander's with the Keeper's wand. I had to defend myself.
Godric's heart, are you all right? I know you're well able to defend yourself. I've seen it often enough. But Rookwood himself...
He would have killed me once he found the repository, if not before. I had no choice.
You're right. You had no choice. You did what you had to do. The wizarding community owes you a great debt.
Thank you for saying so, Professor. I'm ready for what's next.
All right, then. The Keepers have been waiting.
You have completed all of our trials, and you have done so under circumstances even I did not foresee. You understand now why all of this was necessary. The portkey, the vault, the locket, the book, the trials. To ensure that one with the ability you and I share would make the same choice that San, Neve, Charles, and I did.
Now that you have witnessed my memory, you understand all that is at stake. Not everyone is what they seem.
As you know, light does not exist without shadow, nor shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should.
Even the most well-meaning and competent amongst us cannot possibly know the consequences of manipulating what should be beyond our reach.
What lies in the repository must never be released. Resist the temptation to destroy or control it. The magic that you have so carefully honed must now be used only to protect the secret we keep. You have the wand. You will know when to wield it. We leave our legacy in your hands.
That must be the way to the repository.
We can only hope that we're not too late, and that we find nothing but a repository undisturbed beyond this door.
I should hope that the enchantments protecting the castle would protect against an incursion from below.
I fear they may not. Although, if they don't now, I can assure you they will in the future.
Were you able to reach Professor Weasley?
I was. Hopefully she and the others will arrive soon. They know where to find the door through which we entered.
Oh no.
Damn, the goblins.
I wonder if Ranrock is here.
Let's go. If his loyalists are here, he cannot be far behind.
You and I have faced worse, Professor.
Search the area. Must be here somewhere. We must be getting closer. Renrock, we'll be pleased with our progress.
Petrificus Totalis. Aki. Arrest the momentum.
All the other magistrates want to turn me.
Aki.
What do you think this is?
Confring. Aki.
What's the point?
Protego.
Is that the best thing?
Expelliarmus.
We need to press on. Ranrock must be here somewhere.
This drill stands between us and him. We need to move it.
I shall handle it. One moment. Let's go.
That works. Oh no.
I see it. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio.
Cut you from shoes to shadow.
Arresto momentum. Accio.
Oh no.
Confringo. Arresto momentum. Protego. Accio. Accio. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Defender. Also, you fought one of these in.
Ha! Friends are coming.
This will not go well for you.
Depulso. Protego.
Excellent.
Arresto momentum. Depulso. Defender. Depulso. Defender. Arresto momentum.
Ouch.
Protego. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarm Accio. Confringo. You will not take what's not yours.
Take the trolls all to make quick work of them. Stop us. Renrock.
Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. This one's almost down. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio.
You're so very weak.
Confringo. Arresto momentum.
This skin is
Accio.
always coming back this way.
Confringo. You're no match for us.
A dead end. Now what?
Professor, that wall, that's the way forward.
Very perceptive, my young friend. It worked. Let's go. Lumos! Ranrock must be getting closer to finding the repository.
I fear you're right, Professor. There's nothing we can do but keep searching.
Lumos! Listen, more goblins up ahead.
What have we here? It's the students!
Arrest their momentum.
Fools of a feather!
Depulso. Arrest their momentum. Expelliarmus.
I won't quit.
Arrest their momentum.
How nice of you.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arrest their momentum. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arrest their momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Protego. We're getting closer, Professor. That way.
Other teachers are coming.
The goblins have somehow evaded the castle's defensive charms.
Steer them this way! We shall make quick work of them!
They got this.
Okay, maybe professors are pretty badass.
We'll show these beasts who's in charge. Your timing couldn't be better, Professor Hackett.
Thank you, Professor.
One less power. Are you sure you're not a
More Ranrock's damn loyalists.
Arrest their momentum. Depulso. Defender. Look out! Another troll! This one's worse than the last two! Stop him! Depulso.
Let's
Arrest
get
their
this.
momentum.
Now, Professor, fear not you going to leave some for the rest of us?
We couldn't be happier to see you, Professor Sharp. Depulso. Arrest their momentum.
Rather unwise coming back this way.
Expelliarmus.
fighter throw.
Arrest them and
That was meant for me. Defender, you can't stop us.
Confringo!
That's your best.
Accio!
Not quite.
Arrest them! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Arrest them, momentum! Confringo!
Uh-huh. That doesn't look healthy. Ah, obviously.
That's how we forward.
Okay, that makes a makeshift bridge.
The wand! Quickly!
This is what we saw in the
We made
cutscene.
I'm relieved we got here before Ranrock.
I can't believe this is it. The repository has been under the castle for hundreds of years.
Think of all the pain that created it. This is what Miriam, George, your friend Lodgok, and countless others died for. Miriam believed this forgotten magic could be used for such good. But she did not know the risks. She did not see what the Keepers have shown you. What Isadora showed you. You are now the Keeper of whatever power it holds. What
Nice.
do you intend to do with it?
Choices.
I plan to leave the repository as it is.
I'm pleased to hear that. I've been thinking.
What is it, Professor?
I spent all year trying to keep our journey a secret from everyone, including Professor Weasley. But now I wonder if I should have shared it with her, and the others, sooner. Trusted them more. The Keepers wanted this secret to be locked away forever. How long will you keep it?
The Keepers were right. The risk of using this magic is too dangerous. It is my responsibility alone to keep it safe.
I understand, but you are not entirely alone. I will do all I can to help you.
The arrogance of wizard kind. Goblins built this repository. It belongs to us.
Enough, Ranrock. It was never yours.
I've been wanting to play with this.
Miriam's wand.
If she'd simply handed over the container, all of this could have been avoided. Foolish, self-important witch. Seems you were two of a kind. She didn't know when to give up either.
That's not good. Okay, this is Dark Souls boss fight. Ranrock. How?
It's feeding off the power from the repository.
Your beautiful magic is no match for mine, child!
Protego! Stupid! Those cradles of magic somehow protected the dragon. That's the trick. Now, Ranrock.
Okay, I don't think he's...
Descendo! Confringo! Descendo!
Hey! Come on! My controller somehow...
Protect yourself again. Not for long. Confringo! Arresto momentum. Defender! Descendo! Devolso! Arresto momentum. Confringo!
Okay.
Arresto momentum. Depulso. Defender. Arresto momentum. Defender. Confringo. Protego. Depulso. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Confringo! Protego! Stupefy! Arresto Momentum! Confringo! Defender! Compulsor! Arresto Momentum! Confringo! Protego! Stupefy! Stupefy!
There seems to be some fighting you after all. No. I shall rid you of it. Come and take your creature.
Protego! Stupefy! You can't stop me! Defender! Confringo! Two sources of power! Defender! Repulsor! Arresto Momentum! Repulsor! Ha! Don't like that very much, do you? Confringo! Repulsor! Arresto Momentum! Protego! Defender! Confringo! Compulso! Arresto Momentum! Accio! Confringo! Defender! Expelliarmus! Arresto Momentum! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus! Accio! Protego! Arresto Momentum! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Arresto Momentum! Expelliarmus! Protego! Accio! Arresto! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Protego! Confringo! Accio! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Arresto Momentum! Accio!
Stop! You have no idea what you're doing.
I'm going to keep up this charade. can't run forever, Ranrock.
Give up now. My ensure that your death is swift.
There's nowhere to hide now, Ranrock. Protego! Stupefy! Arrest their momentum. Defender! Confringo! Arrest their momentum. Arrest their momentum.
Where is that targeting? No, not that one. Okay, that's one what I want.
Confringo! Accio! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Arrest the momentum. Not so powerful now. Are you, Ranrock? Arrest the momentum. Confringo, Repulsor. Arrest the momentum.
This is all over the aiming, I mean.
Repulsor. Confringo, arrest the momentum.
No.
Expelliarmus. Accio. Arrest the momentum. Repulsor. Confringo. Protego. Arrest the momentum. Defender. Confringo. Repulsor. Repulsor. Confringo. Arrest the momentum. Confringo. Arrest the momentum. Repulsor. Defender. Confringo. Repulsor. Arrest the momentum. Expelliarmus. Accio. Repulsor. Defender. Arrest the momentum. Defender.
controller doesn't want to target. Controller doesn't want to target the targets I want. Because and this moving, I want to go sideways. The character is going forward, and I don't know what's problem with this, but kind of started to spaz out in the last battle. Badly. A little unstandard, but this is Logitech controller, so this should work. But it was painful at times, because I want to go a certain way, the character goes totally other way, and targeting issues. So I don't know about this. Feels a bit unfinished.
There's nowhere to hide now, Grandma. Arrest the momentum. Confringo. Accio. Accio. Arrest the momentum. Not so powerful now. Are you, Ragnarok? Arresto momentum. Confringo. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Accio. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum.
No, that's not where I want to aim. No.
Depulso. Potato.
No.
Arresto momentum. Depulso. Confringo. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Accio. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Accio.
This cannot be happening. You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock. Accio.
You think you can stop me?
Potato.
No. No. I was pressing the right button here. I was pressing the right button. Me and controller need to have a talk after this.
This cannot be happening. You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Arrest the momentum.
No, that's not what I wanted to cast. And how do you supposed to avoid that attack? And I died. I lost so much those healing potions at the start that now I'm 0 and I need to win a boss with the 1 health bar, which is like this is Dark Souls once again. Plus control doesn't work, so that's Dark Souls too. So this may take a time because this is so sucky situation.
This ends here, Ranrock. Accio.
You can stop me?
Cabbages are actually fighting the dragon. Okay, that doesn't help. What? 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 I fell down and got like 1 point of damage and how in the earth you can get damaged during the cutscene? I basically won this fight, but died right after.
This cannot be happening. You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Accio. Arresto momentum.
And again.
This cannot be happening. You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum.
And that missed.
Arresto momentum.
And I died. Best thing would be actually play the whole end battle from the start.
You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Potato. Arresto momentum. Accio. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Light will.
There's a person.
Accio.
the right stuff. Too slow. Just in a nick of time.
Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Accio.
Okay, please don't go crazy, controller.
Confringo. This is for Professor Fig. Arresto momentum. Defender. Confringo.
No, don't. Controller stopped working. Like I want to go left, no, it's rolling forward. This is actually making this more frustrating than it actually needs to be.
This ends here, Ranrock. Accio.
You think you can stop me?
Arresto momentum.
Okay, don't go. What are you doing, controller? It's not locked. I don't play locked.
Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
I need to grind the battle that I already won. Nice. Because controller doesn't want to work.
This cannot be happening. You will die.
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Accio. Confringo. Accio. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. Mighty will. Confringo. Accio. Arresto momentum. Accio. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto. Protego. Confringo. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
I don't know what's with me my controller. I mean, it's like sometimes it just wants to go two directions, which is kind of unlucky when it happens at the end of the battle, and robs chance of me actually dodging a bit.
You will die!
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Stupid one.
no. Okay, don't die on me.
Confringo. Arrest their momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Arrest their momentum. Accio. Expelliarmus.
Can you?
Confringo.
Just. Yeah, if I get too close of the dragon, it's going to spaz out. I'm like circling around and can't actually escape.
You will die!
This ends here, Ranrock.
You think you can stop me?
Arrest them. Accio. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Accio.
Oh, alright, you threw it away.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Arrest their momentum. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Accio. Arrest their momentum.
Do I have anything worth using in this fight?
Expelliarmus. Repulsor. Confringo. Arrest their momentum. Repulsor. Expelliarmus. Confringo. This is for Professor Fig. Repulsor. Arrest their momentum. Confringo.
Okay, now. Small goblin, big dragon. Yeah, this wasn't his. And I don't think it caused it. It was all those feelings, pain, that actually found a home with the Ranrock. You can do this.
Professor. Miriam. Miriam would have loved you, my young friend. The wizarding world could not be in more capable hands.
Well, they had probably written it a bit differently, because I heard the main character yelling when he was fighting with the Ranrock that this is for Professor Week. So kind of. Well, you can understand it several ways, but you can also understand it that way if you want.
Professor Eleazar Fig. I dare say he was a beloved professor to many of you, certainly a long-standing colleague to his peers. A famed adventurer and seeker of knowledge, he built a reputation charging into the unknown, brazenly disregarding both discretion and safety, providing perhaps a rather unfortunate lesson for us all. His devotion to adventure was rivaled only by his dedication to Hogwarts. And of course, to his wife, Miriam, whom we lost much too soon as well. Yeah.
Professor Fig represented the best of all of us. Oh, he could be deviously clever, possessed a brilliantly inquisitive mind, and was the most loyal of friends. But perhaps it was his remarkable courage, for which we will all be forever indebted to him. If not for Professor Fig, well, I can say with confidence that if not for him, many of us, let alone Hogwarts, would not be here today. Those that knew him best will agree that we must now honor him as only Hogwarts can, by wisely, resourcefully, justly, and bravely facing all that lies ahead.
To Professor Fig!
Yeah, this feels like a first Harry Potter, and I hope there will be DLCs and more to come.
Can't believe we lost Fig. I didn't know him as well as you did, but I know he was a good man. Glad Weasley spoke for him. She honored him well. Fig will be well remembered. I wish the same could have been done for my uncle. I wonder if there's a chance Anne would meet me.
Sebastian, I can't imagine what you and Anne are going through. Perhaps you'll hear from her soon.
I hope so. I'll let you know.
Sebastian, there's something you should know. It's to do with Victor Rookwood.
I heard a rumor that he confronted you outside of Ollivander's. Sounds as if you faced quite a fight.
The rumors are true, and I did, but it's not that. Just before Rookwood attacked, he uttered something familiar. The same words Anne heard before she was cursed. Children should be seen and not heard.
Wait, what are you saying?
It wasn't one of Ranrock's loyalists who cursed Anne. It was Rookwood. It was Rookwood all along.
This can't be. It was the loyalists. It's always been them. The night Anne was cursed, all she saw were goblins.
Once Rookwood allied with Ranrock, Isadora's estate became of interest to them both. That's why Rookwood was there the night Anne was cursed. He was working with Ranrock. When he saw your sister, well, he didn't want anyone to know.
So he cursed her. And she's never been the same. So cruel. Rookwood deserved what he got. Thank you for telling me. It wasn't a goblin. I suppose I owe you an apology. All this time I thought goblins were the enemy. But it was never that simple. Ominous said he's spoken with Anne. I wonder if she'll see me. I'll find out and send word when I know more.
Although Rookwood did depict some odd kind of magic. So basically, this was the main plot. So this was the main plot, and that's true. 71% of challenges, which is fair. That's really fair. I mean, considering that I haven't been the most attentive student, let's say that, put it that way.
I've thought about what you told me in the Great Hall. I would like to speak with you. Meet me in the Undercroft as soon as you can.
Speak Professor Weasley. Weasley's watchful eye. Shadow. Friendship. Harlow's last stand. Poppy blooms. So we have several quests that actually tie in with them, with the plot here, and that's actually pretty nice. I recall that with Red Dead Redemption they had such a long end part of the game. And that was to give player enough time to process. Alright, I was totally out of the potions.
Deke thinks you've made marvelous improvements here.
sorting the bells out. The
Answer me
sound
this!
admitted them.
Today, I received a letter thanking me for a quick profession I never had and a practice I never made! If I discover that you have been using Polyjuice Potion again, I shall write to the headmaster and ask him to expel you!
I'm glad you came.
Sebastian, I received your owl. What's happened?
Ominis spoke with Anne about what happened with my Uncle Solomon. She believes I should pay for what I did, but she won't turn me in. She said the guilt I'll have to live with is punishment enough.
I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you know that you can at least try to move on now.
The thing is, I think I've lost my sister, my twin, forever. She refuses to even see me. I can't blame her. I couldn't really blame any of you if you gave up on me entirely. You all believed in me, and I let you all down.
Anne may just need some time. Surely one day she'll be able to forgive you.
I hope you're right. I realize I can't undo what's been done, but I can try every day to make up for it. I owe you and Ominis everything for standing by me.
Well, it wasn't easy. But I believe in you, Sebastian. I've had a sense about you since that first day in Defense Against the Dark Arts.
Seems so long ago. Thank you. I have no idea what's to come, but I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm glad you came to Hogwarts.
I wondered if you might teach me how to cast that curse you mentioned.
Oh, which one?
I'd like to learn how to cast the killing curse.
This would have been useful against Ragnarok.
Very well. You need to be precise with your wand movement. The incantation is Avada Kedavra. Are there any other curses you'd like to learn?
That's all I wanted to learn for now. Thank you.
Of course. You're the only one with whom I would entrust such knowledge. Let's speak again soon.
Assign new spells. No thanks. Just collecting. Yeah, that would have been really useful against Ragnarok, but apparently it's not totally foolproof. I mean, if you can block it, or rather reflect it back, it's going to be a bad time for you. Which has been happening. So let's talk with Poppy and then Natty. Natty has probably some loose ends to tie. So what happens if the person who cursed somebody dies? The curse probably continues, right? Not going to affect on the... That's not a vampirism.
What you did in Fizzing Whizbeer is still brewing. These things take time.
That's a long brew time.
Students always frown. He should burn the castle down.
Uh-huh.
just the person I was hoping to see.
I see Doran finally convinced you to leave the Snidgets.
If anyone can keep them out of poacher hands, it's the centaurs. And I wanted to thank you. When the poachers ambushed us, it was nice not to face them alone.
Of course. It's the sort of thing friends do for each other, isn't it?
I suppose so. I am glad you came to Hogwarts. It's already been my best year. I wouldn't want a repeat of Horntail Hall, of course, but I did enjoy the Three Broomsticks. Had no idea how lovely it was there.
Had you never been to the Three Broomsticks?
I used to spend most of my time with Highwing, and well, I don't know how Serona feels about hippogriffs popping in for a butterbeer.
Yeah.
Highwing's the only one I would have gone with. Or Gran, of course.
Highwing is nice company, but perhaps it's time to add a few more friends to your circle.
I am starting to see the appeal of human friends. It was nice to talk about my parents and Gran with someone, and share Highwing.
I don't suppose you've heard anything from your parents, have you?
I haven't, but I'm perfectly fine with that.
Does your Gran know that we found the Snidgets?
I couldn't hold it in any longer. I told her everything. She was livid that I'd been anywhere near the poachers, but she confessed that she was rather envious about the Snidgets.
It has all been a pleasure, Poppy. Do try and stay out of trouble.
Don't know that I can. We've taken on poachers twice now, successfully. I rather think you've helped me develop a taste for it. And with centaurs as allies, I might actually go looking for trouble.
Uh-huh.
You and I should meet for a butterbeer soon. Perhaps Highwing can join us?
Okay. Poppy plumes. Peeves is gone with the torches are on the ground. Okay. Okay, so she's after a Harlow. So there's a side quest still, which we could actually do, but I don't know. Don't feel like it. Just wrapping up things. So this is like gone like 63 hours, and I must say that that's a fair amount of the gameplay for full price open world game. It's like 100-hour game is a bit different than 30-hour game. Like with the original Mass Effect, that those were like 30-hour games maximum. Then there's these really short games like 8 to 10 hours, which have content. But this is fair amount of content, and if you want to be like completely honest, you can use like some 120 hours for this game. Well, man, not maybe not much. 80 or 100. So definitely not a Dragon Age free, but definitely worth of purchase. And I think I have been entertained enough. This is very good product. But I'll.
Are you ready to finish Harlow?
Yes, I'm going to give a short review and tell my thoughts about this game after we finish, which is
I'm ready
today.
to finish Harlow once and for all. What is your plan?
I received an owl from Mrs. Bickle. She wondered if we were having any luck going after Harlow. Suggested we could gather evidence from a friend near Manor Cape.
But she warned us to stay out of it. Was rather adamant about it.
Precisely.
Harlow knows that we saved Archie, and that we rescued Mr. Rabe. The letter didn't come from Mrs. Bickle, did it?
I do not believe it did. Harlow intends to ambush us.
But now
So-
we have the upper hand. We can prepare.
We can
We are
ambush the
stronger than
ambushers.
Harlow, and he knows it. That's why he's resorting to this sort of trickery. We must go.
Agreed. Let's finish this.
Brilliant. Harlow's reign ends today.
Perhaps we ought to inform Officer Singer of our plans.
I already sent her an owl to let her know that we were following a lead given to us by Mrs. Bickle.
Are you concerned she might tell your mother?
Indeed she will, but so be it. I am tired of hiding it from her. My mother needs to understand that I will not be safe from the Ashwinders until everyone is. I shall pursue them until they are finished, and I think she knows that. As do you.
That I do.
Keep an eye out. Harlow is
Revelio.
lurking around here somewhere. I sense he is close.
Where is he?
I do not know. We should look around.
Confringo, arresto momentum. Potato.
Right into our trap.
Reductor!
Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus.
Ripping us totally!
Expulsor. Depulso.
Ripping us totally!
Depulso. Confringo. Arresto momentum.
Ripping us totally! Reductor!
Expedito.
Ouch.
Ripping us totally! Ripping us totally!
Confringo. Depulso.
More.
Oh, I'm gonna
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Arresto momentum. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Confringo. Potato.
See what makeup I use.
Expulso. Incendio. Confringo. Thought you hadn't. Depulso. Arresto momentum. Depulso. Confringo. Defender.
To regret that.
Arresto momentum.
You're no match for me. To your knees.
Arresto momentum. Depulso.
Serve your mistress! You must get rid of it!
Had enough?
Ripping us totally!
Benitez. Arresto momentum. Depulso. Defender. Confringo.
You're putting me to sleep!
Depulso.
You always is awful! Predictable!
Confringo. Arresto momentum.
Thought you was ready, did you? Petrificus totally! On your toes, my little shrew! You'll feel that from Petrificus totally! No!
They got what they deserved.
This will not end in your favor.
Okay, he's here.
Little Nat Sione, innit? And her excruciatingly loyal companion. You two have done quite a bit of damage to my business interests. But I must grudgingly give you some credit. What was once a mere annoyance has become remarkably problematic. Fortunately, I pride myself on my problem-solving skills.
Come now, you can do better than that. God, yeah.
Accio. Confringo! Expelliarmus!
You fight like a muggle.
Accio! Confringo!
A shame to see such potential go to waste.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Defindo! Arresto momentum! Compulsor!
Do you want to concede now? Must we prolong this?
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio!
Come now, you can do better than that. Can't you? Expulso! This will not end in your favour.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Shame to see such
Confringo!
potential go to waste.
Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo!
Here I find you.
Come now, you can do better than that. Can't you?
Confringo!
Petrificus Totalis! Petrificus Totalis! Petrificus Totalis! Petrificus Totalis!
You fight like a muggle.
Petrificus Totalis!
Accio!
Will not end in your favour.
Confringo!
Cowards! Fight me fairly!
A shame to see such potential go to
Accio!
waste.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Come now, you can do better than that. You fight like a muggle. Do you want to concede now? Must we prolong this?
Confringo!
This will not end in your favour. Come now, you can do better than that. Can't you?
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Confringo!
You fight like a muggle.
Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio!
Do you want to concede now? Must we prolong this?
Expelliarmus! Accio!
A shame to see such potential go to waste.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Apparently that wasn't the death curse. Oh no. He cast Curcio on when an officer was at site. So Azkaban for him. Yeah, it's Azkaban for him. Definitely. Pretty damning proof. Casting a Crucio on a child. Ah, she's in a
Are you
wheelchair.
sure you are up for a visitor?
Yes, Mother. I feel fine, and it will do me good to see my friend.
Very well. But do not
Revelio.
overdo it, Natsai.
I know, Mother. It is good to see you, my friend.
I'm glad to see you're doing so well.
I am doing better than it appears. I am only here because my mother insisted, just to be safe. I was relieved when she told me that you were all right.
Only because of you. How are you feeling?
Well, I've had better days, but Nurse Blaney says that I am on the mend.
I'm sorry, Natty. It's my fault you got hurt.
What? No. Do not blame yourself for this. The moment that I saw Harlow aim his wand at you, well...
You quickly made the choice to protect me.
I did what I had to, and I would do it again. I could not simply stand there and let you get hurt.
Then I shouldn't feel guilty.
Of course not. There was nothing that you... Oh my... I cannot believe that it took me this long to see it. He made a choice. Based on
Survivor's
instinct,
guilt.
my father. You, my friend, are no more to blame for my injuries today than I am to blame for my father's sacrifice years ago.
From what I know of him, it seems there's a lot of your father in you.
That's very kind of you to say. I hope that you are right. This has all been a bit much, hasn't it? A battle here at Hogwarts, everything we have done to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot. But we have done it. Rookwood is dead, Harlow is on his way to Azkaban, and the rest of them are on the run. A few of the dregs will still be about, fighting for their lost cause. But Rookwood's enterprise has fallen apart.
Everything is safer now because of us. Because of you.
Thank you, but we make a formidable team. You, my fellow traveler, have enriched my time at Hogwarts beyond anything I could have imagined. Thank you. I believe your friendship to be one of the most important in my life. Thank you for coming to visit me. It is always good to see you.
Revelio.
Now we have permission to be here.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented.
I bet.
Expelliarmus. Lumos.
Clock tower. Nice. Less visited place of the Hogwarts. Then we go to speak to Weasley.
keep things clean as a whistle, but it's... Oh, what's that fun?
I still think those cats are cursed.
Professor Weasley, you wanted to see me?
I did. We haven't had a chance to speak since I know you were quite close with Professor Fig.
Hogwarts won't be the same without him.
No, it won't. But I can assure you that he would want us to press on, and that he would rest easy knowing that the future of the wizarding world is in hands like yours.
Thank you, Professor.
You've had quite a year, both inside and outside of Hogwarts. I've heard all sorts of rumors. You've ridden a graphorn, befriended a goblin, rescued hippogriffs, even somehow ingratiated yourself with the Headless Hunt.
Yeah.
How did you...
It's harder to keep secrets around here than one might suspect.
Nick is
I'm just glad you found such a good friend in Miss Sweeting. It's nice to see her engaging more with her classmates. There have evidently been Snidget sightings in the area lately. If the Centaurs are to be believed, 2 Hogwarts students are
She's
behind
talking
it.
with the Centaurs.
I'm certain I don't know what...
No need to discuss it further. What I would like to discuss is your wizard's field guide. May I see it?
Of course. What do you think, Professor?
I think you've been busy this year. I see some progress here, but quite a bit of your field guide has yet to be completed. Fortunately, you do have some time to prepare for your OWLs. I will confess, I had a sense about you from that first moment you came bursting in, late, to the sorting ceremony. I am pleased to see that my instincts were correct. To think you've only been with us a year and you'll already be taking your OWLs, well, it's nothing short of astonishing.
Thank you, Professor, for everything.
You are most welcome. I look forward to seeing what you do during the rest of your time with us.
Yeah, well, they actually learn theory as well and history, so... And have to do those astrology calculations and stuff. So it's like a couple years for the olds. That's a bit of stretch. I mean he's gifted caster, but lots of stuff to do. End of year feast in Great Hall. That's probably where we are ending as well. Let's put something nice on. Not many games have this many cats. Different kind of cats. Quite a selection of cats, actually.
Hogwarts would be lost without you.
Oh no, Sir Fitzroy, my toad. He's left me.
It's only her toad,
There he
silly.
Perhaps some explanation is in order.
It was only a toad in the town,
If it had been my toad, it'd still.
One at a time,
It was only her
please.
toad, Professor. You telltale. It was not.
Levioso.
Oh, Fitzroy, you naughty boy. See, I told you.
Now in future, perhaps we can spend our time on more meaningful activities than causing a commotion. I wouldn't want to see you lose house points. Although, I will say, excellent toad. Got a good spring to him.
Ha! Almost lost house points. Sure, there should be a shorter way around, but
This year, we have seen our students exemplify the bravery of Godric Gryffindor. Allow me to finish. The loyalty of Helga Hufflepuff. The wisdom of Rowena Ravenclaw. And the ambition of Salazar Slytherin. And so, the winner of this year's House Cup...
Excuse me, Headmaster, if I may. One particular student's heroism during the attack on Hogwarts, not to mention the level to which they have excelled in their coursework, as a new student, no less. Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house.
only but 100 points.
Ah, yes. Thank you, Professor Weasley. I suppose we have our winner.
Yeah. All right. So, last thoughts. A great open world game. I mean, this studio hasn't done open world games before, and while I have been talking about these thoughts while playing, so short recap, they had like Cars game before, and this is exemplary good 15-second rule open world that they built, and it's the definite Harry Potter game everyone has always wanted. So it was fun, it was rough on the edges, being made with small team but with love, and there's lots of stuff to do. More like it was on the code side that didn't work out so well. Like probably game is trying to load all the shaders at the start, and that's why it's like 5 minutes stuck with my computer. But I liked gameplay from Dark Souls. Same things with the Dark Souls. This controller just doesn't cut it. And but on the plus side, yeah, it's tactical. It's good. You need to be attentive, and stuff is hitting the fan. So it's going to be hard. But I think they graciously expanded the world of Wizarding World, because there's lots of other stuff than just Harry Potter. This kind of setting would have so much other stories to tell, and this feels like this is the first of the series of the games. So I think we could actually expect DLCs and next part. But as a game, yes, it has some highlights, very good highlights, rough edges. These are to be expected. There's nothing shame on, because every game today is basically published, at least partly broken, just because there's a lot of too much stuff to do when you are developing a game. And the thing, even if you have a like very good QA team and QA department and culture, it's still going to be hard to learn, and surprises that okay, maybe this game doesn't work in this kind of setting, because PC as a standard is problematic, because there's lots of different parts, different manufacturers, and some things work in other manufacturers while doesn't really work on others. So that's that. But as for game, yes, I was pleasantly surprised, and this is something I can't really stress too much in these years, that not many games are pleasant surprises. There's a lot of expectations, but to be able to pleasantly surprised, that's quite rare, unfortunately. Of course, lowering your expectations to manageable level. I had lowered my expectations with this game, so it wasn't such a problem when it was slightly broken at the start. But it was surpassed expectations, and I don't see any reason to call this game with the names that some people actually called, like LGBT characters. Yes, this had very good, in a very positive role, Sirona. So yeah, I think it's this game's credits are very big, and they are like something that this is one of those games that you definitely should play before you die. So that's going to go to that list of excellency, list of classics, instant classics right away, just because this was first good definite Harry Potter game. Those old Harry Potter games were quite limited. So, and starting to make this kind of game as an open world, that's really ambitious, but it worked. And there's not else to be said about this. I'm glad they worked. I'm glad they worked on this game and was happy to play this. And age rating is totally fine. This had good filmography, good camera driving, and it was like at the cutscenes they didn't show any overtly violent or scary. So that's why Peggy 12 is okay for this. Most of the movies that we see in movie theaters, at least where I'm, are 12. Because game designers want to expand that game to the broad audience, if possible. So game age ratings shouldn't be used as a gatekeepers that we want to sell this game only to adults, so it needs to be Peggy 16 or 18. No, nothing like that. Harry Potters have always been full family stuff where both adults and children get all they want. And this had such a very dark stuff. I didn't play the Hufflepuff plot, but it has, as they even visit Azkaban in that story. So yeah, very dark themes, but they weren't explicitly shown. So that's why Peggy 12 is pretty good, and that's how it should stay. We shouldn't give age ratings based on implications, but what's actually we know that what protects children. And there's lots of movies and TV series that actually know what to show, what's okay to show for each age rating, and this is really good. I won't be continuing more about this because I've been continuing this, talking about this for many years now, about this topic. But anyway, as a game, outstanding areas and open world, outstanding. There were some pacing issues, but I think when you should start actually to explore. So I waited like enough time to be able to explore, but you should be able to do those Merlin thrusts right after gate. And then there's this thing that there were a bit too much to do, so I was like, I don't want to carry those, find those ancient magic hotspots, although they would have actually helped me in the end fight. Merlin trials managed to do with some small amount of them I did, and that's enough slots for the main gear. Upgrading gear, funny that it was tied to the animal handling and animal husbandry. That was surprised that this game has so diverse things like animals, nabbing them, so straight out of the magical animals and where to get them. Nifflers, of course, and this was crafted with love, with all the Harry Potter ingredients inside. So lots of pleasant surprises altogether. Of course, if they are going to make second game or DLC, the expectations will be much higher, and that's going to be difficult to achieve those expectations, because expectations are prone to grow too high and I didn't mind that much of game being slightly broken at the start, because the plot was good and I actually could do stuff that I wanted in this game, so they were not too much hand holding, or the open world wasn't too big either. Some open world games are too big. This wasn't too big. This had been built on the 15-second rule. So while Witcher is like 1 minute or 30-second rule, well, 1 minute, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is like 1.5 minute rule or something. So because they are bigger games with a different kind of feeling. It felt like the most of the stuff was at the north near Hogwarts, so I didn't feel as much a need to go south. But then again, south, I haven't been in much in south, but it felt like there should have been small attractions that would have drawn me there. Now it was like couple hotspots that were very important. But otherwise, these are really minor details. I like the amount of the graphics and different kind of places they had been crafting, and everything seems to be so fresh and handcrafted and well thought. So yes, I'm giving this A+, because this is one of those games that are really going to be measured, or other games are measured with this, because this was well made and it managed to surprise everyone and even survive the harsh criticism at the start, which wasn't totally deserved. Let's see, it's almost midnight. I'm going to leave the text roll here, and good night everybody. Next week we are going to, or from the Saturday we are going to, I'm probably going to play a bit earlier in Saturday, but next week I'm going to play something else. So, Peli-Rami logging off from here so far. Have a good night.